Hey guys, Princely here and welcome back to another review video. Today we're reviewing this Plextone 4Life true wireless gaming headset that Plextone Philippines sent to me. But before that, a short disclaimer again, Plextone Philippines actually sent two of these to me, one color blue and one is color green for review. And Plextone Philippines did not pay me any amount of money to say anything good or bad about this product. So this is a completely honest review. So without further ado, let's roll the intro. So the 4Life TWS gaming headset that I have here is actually the color black, but it actually is more of a green than a black. But nonetheless, this is the better alternative for gaming headsets compared to other TWS out there that I have tested because this has a lower latency and it is better in connectivity. Upon looking or the first impression that I have on this 4Life True Wireless Stereo earphones is that it is very similar on the looks of the Sabat E12 and X12 series. The case is very similar, and also the design of the earbuds are very similar. Now for the first part of this video, let's talk about the build quality of the Plextone 4Life True Wireless Stereo earphones. The build quality is, again, it's just made out of plastic, but it has two different textures. The lower part is more of a matte finish and the top part is more of a combination or a mixture of matte and a little bit of shiny finish to it. But nonetheless, it's still a good quality. It still weighs a little bit, but again, it's a little bit lightweight since that's what Plextone Philippines claims it to be. So for the build quality of the 4Life True Wireless Stereo earphones, on the earpiece themselves is that it is obviously made out of plastic, and compared it to other TWS earphones, this plastic is more of the lower quality plastic, I guess. The shine on the plastic is not that good, and also the finish to it is also not that good, and there's also some parts that you could see a seam to it, so it's not really a seamless stick or a seamless connection with it. With some parts of the plastic, there are some cuts right there that you could see. I think that's just because of the molding or the mold process that they use. The charging pins, I would rate them a 6 out of 10. They are placed in an okay manner. The placement is very okay, but there's also a chance that when you put them on the charging case, sometimes it would slip to the other side and it would not fully connect with it. So yeah, that's sometimes the reason why it would not charge directly, because I've seen reviews on the Shopee and Lazada stores or any stores that have bought this that sometimes it does not charge. So maybe that's the case, and the placement of the charging pins is not that good. And also, instead of a touch sensitive surface right here, this is just a button that you could click, and this is the sound of the button. Yeah, it's a cheap button, but I guess it's still functional, it still works. It's better than nothing, to be honest. But yeah, that's the build quality of the 4Life TWS. Now let's proceed to the sound quality. Comparing the 4Life TWS than the other video that I made on the TRN AM1, it is very different because these are, again, pod design, and the AM1 or these are pod design compared to the AM1 that is a bud design. So pods and buds. Actually, Plextone Philippines includes some rubber tips if you want to use them, or rubber wings as well, because it goes right here in the wing part of your ear. So yeah, it's lacking on the bass and the lower frequencies, but on the mid and the high frequencies, it is pretty okay. It's good for listening to vocals, but if you're listening or if you're more on the bassy side, I would not really recommend this for you. And yeah, knowing that Plextone claims this to be more of a gaming headset, latency is going to be really important when it comes to using this. And luckily, Plextone claims this to have 65 milliseconds of latency. I haven't used it that much, but comparing this to the TRN AM1, The Plextone 4Life TWS has better latency and has better control on the latency when it comes to different types of media. Now let's talk about the usability. When using the 4Life TWS, upon receiving it, I was a little bit worried because at first it would not charge. I thought it was the same error with some of the reviews on Shopee and Lazada on why it would not charge. But I tried charging the charging case and there you go. The charging case did not really have that much of a battery inside of it during shipping it out or traveling. And also, since we're already talking about the usability of this 4Life TWS from Plextone, they also claim that it is very lightweight with only 4.2 grams, which really helps for the usability aspect of TWS earphones because some are heavy, some are light. This is really light. So, which is also very helpful for gaming if you're playing a long time or maybe 3 hours of streaming to social media while playing. This is very useful. It will not really hurt your ears. It will not really tire you out that much. And also, since I've tested this for a while, the usability when using the earpiece on watching videos, it really takes 3 to 4 hours on average to fully deplete the battery from 100 to 0%. And it's also not really annoying when battery is low because there's some TWS out there that would really annoy you when notifying you that the battery is low. But again, there are some pros and cons on that one. And now, since we're still talking about the usability, it still uses micro USB. And also, while charging the charging case or if the earpiece are charging, there's actually a light behind here that would light up blue with 4 lights, which actually indicates the amount of battery that the charging case has. Now let's talk about the unboxing experience. Well, obviously I already unboxed it right here, so I'm just going to recreate the first unboxing experience I had with this. So upon receiving or getting or ordering this is the box that the Plextone 4Life TWS gaming earpiece comes with. But this is just a sleeve for the normal box just to make it look better, I guess. But it comes with this brown cardboard box, a really cheap cardboard box right here that, yeah, just your ordinary cardboard box, and it opens like this and then like that, and then you have here 3 separate items. These are your 2 earpieces and this is the charging case. So what you have to do is just to pull this out like that, pull it out like that, and then pull out the top cover, and then you have it here. So the first thing that you do when you receive this is immediately take out the earpieces right here and then put it on the charging case to make sure that it charges. So yeah, just do it like that. Left is left, right is right, and the way to charge it is just put it right there and you would see 2 LED indicator lights right there, and as I mentioned earlier, blue lights at the back right there. On the unboxing experience, I would rate this a 6 out of 10. The sleeve was very impressive, but the moment you're going to take the sleeve out, you're left with a cheap cardboard box that it comes with, and also the plastic is not really good. I don't think that this plastic would be protective enough if they're shipping it, so I would have appreciated it if they added, you know, somewhat of a foam like this one on the TRNM one. If they've added that, that would have been better. And if you're interested on how the other sleeve looks like, it's like this, and it also comes with the cardboard box and the same process as well, and it also includes user manual and other instructions and also a warranty card from Plextone Philippines, and it also comes with a micro USB charger cable. So that's what comes in the box with the 4Life TWS. Now let's talk about the price of the Plextone 4Life gaming earphone. So it comes for 800 pesos on Shopee on the official Plextone Philippines Shopee Mall. Now, since we're done with talking about the price, and the other aspects, let's now talk about the pros and cons of the Plextone 4Life TWS. So first of all, the pro of it is the latency. It has better latency than other earphones that I've used, wireless earphones that I've used. It is better latency, and this is very good for gaming. The second pro is that the design looks professional enough. Professional enough in a way that, if you're looking on it from afar, you would not really notice that the build quality is not that good. But again, for the price point, it's good enough. For the third pro is that it really connects really fast to your devices once it's paired. The moment you take it out of your device, around 3 seconds, it would connect immediately to my phone. But obviously, there are some times that I have to manually connect it because it really depends on your device that you use, and also the Bluetooth version that you use, and also the traffic of Bluetooth around your area. That really depends. But yeah, those are the pros for the 4Life TWS, and now let's proceed to the cons, and we will conclude this video after that. For the cons of the 4Life TWS is the build quality. The build quality is not that good, as I've said earlier. They could have used the same material as with the top part right here instead of the matte finish, and that would have made this much better. I just don't really like the matte finish of this, and also the surface of it. It really scratches that easily. Even just your fingers, this would scratch it easily. But if they've used the hard plastic at the top and also the same finish at the top, this would have been better. The second con is, at least for me, the fit is not that good to my ears because again, this is not really the type of earphones for me. I would have preferred the bud design compared to the earpod design. But it really depends on your preference and also your ears. It really depends on those two aspects. The third con is the audio quality. I'm not really impressed with the audio quality of the Plextone 4Life TWS for some reasons, because the bass is not present a little bit. There's some bass to it, but obviously you won't hear it that much compared to bud designs, but at least they've tried. There's still the middle and the high frequencies that sound decent enough for the price point. But if you would ask me, I would have preferred, or I would have chosen the TRN AM1. So those are my pros and cons for the Plextone 4Life TWS. Now let's proceed to the conclusion. Would I recommend this to you? If you're more of a gamer instead of a casual listener to music and watching YouTube, yes, this is good unless you need the bass for the competitive games that you play. But if you're good enough with the middle and high frequencies and you don't need that much bass, this is good enough. You can actually game with this. The latency is really good with this, and also the price point is really cheap. So if ever it breaks, you could buy another one, or you could buy a better one. So yeah, if you're new to TWS and the wireless connectivity world out there, I would recommend this to you if you're still a beginner to it. But if you already own other TWS, I guess those are better compared to this. But it really depends on your preferences as well. Also, if you have smaller ears and things like that, this is better to you compared to the earbud design because this is more fitting, more comfortable on some people, and it really depends on their preferences. But I guess if you don't have that much of a budget and you're more of a gamer instead of a casual listener, I would recommend this to you. And you could get this right now on Plextone Philippines Shopee store. You could also message them on Facebook if you want to order through that. Now, that is my review of the Plextone 4Life TWS. I hope you enjoyed and I hope you learned something new on this video. See you in the next one. And also, before I forget, big thanks to Plextone Philippines for collaborating with me and also sending two of this, the red, the black and the blue colors of the Plextone 4Life TWS. I hope you enjoyed this video. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.